sit here and I do this shit sometimes and I'm just like, man, you're fucking old as fuck and you're still doing this shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, go get a job or something. Fuck getting a job, though. I've been reading too much. I always get into this zone. Literally, today I spent like $120 and the fucking bookstores in New York are so good, man. There's just like endless information everywhere. I just like spent so much money on books because like whenever I'm gearing up to write a record, like the music is one thing, but for me, like it's so important, like lyrically, that's my shit. Like, fuck music. I love the lyrical end of shit. So like I always boost up like on books and I just start going in. I start to think that I'm like witty or whatever, but I'm really not. Just like trying to steal things from Sartre.
I have a hard time like writing lyrics on the spot, so throughout each day or whatever, if I have a good idea about something, I'll just like put it in my notes. My notes are just full of like one-liners and like stupid rhymes and stuff, so like when it comes to like having to write lyrics, especially, I can just like look through them and then just like put shit together or whatever.
Anything like too premeditated always to me kind of loses feeling, and it's nice to like kind of be under the gun and like try to put songs together. Maybe that's the way it is, but it could just be us being fuck-ups. We do work good under pressure.
I know it's hard finding this thing. C major or E minor?
Being close to home during mixing is always good for me.
John lives in Jersey City, like right over there, the bridge, so he generally works like out of New York, and he had worked at this studio many times. It's easy for Kyle to come up here, and Nikki and I live here now. Everything's here, like liquor stores, deli sandwiches, sports bars, to watch the Eagles.
I like to go in a day and work on a couple songs and then go home and sit on it by myself. I hear things differently at home. Isolating yourself to write music and to put music together is a great way to go about it. You need to be comfortable to be able to hear things that you normally wouldn't hear, you know? And it's always worked out well for me.
He's the biggest critic ever. It's good being around someone like that all the time, I guess. It pushes you to do better. That's another trite thing to say. But it happens, even when he's like this. You don't want to disappoint anyone.
Yeah, don't disappoint me, man. When the record's finally done, to me, it's like, it's the only time I'm like, actually like satisfied, like thank fucking God this is done. And then it's like, now it's time to tour on it and lose your mind in a different way.
Get your guitar fixed, smash it, fuck with it.
And now the eyewitness weather forecast.
And like that, you're out of the studio and you're thrown into a bus, and you know, now it's time to make your money. The only way you can in this industry is by touring nonstop. And you know, with touring comes a destruction internally, mentally and physically. You're pulled from your family, your friends, your loved ones, your home, your bed, your toilet. And you do this month in, month out until everything just finally takes its toll and you're standing there wretched and defeated and scratching your head like, how did this happen? Why am I doing this to myself? I think there's this common misconception when it comes to the reasoning behind creating music or art that often gets overshadowed by egoism, whether it be intentional or not. It's like throwing a fucking dart at a dartboard and being like, I don't really care if it fucking hits a dartboard. Like, you're throwing a dart, you obviously want it to hit the fucking board. Like, there's people like fucking dance around that shit. It pisses me off. It's like, you pick the dart up and you're throwing it, like, you wanted it to hit something. So when it does, don't tell me you don't care if it did or not. Like, you do, you know, like, fuck off. It's not the easiest pill to swallow, but I mean, once you start to sit back and be comfortable with the fact that you are doing this for a reason, you can kind of start to hone in on what that reason is. I mean, it took me 10 plus years of just doing this project alone before I started to realize that maybe the reasoning behind me doing this is because I enjoy the connection I have with this large group of people who struggle day to day with the same ideas and the thoughts that I do. Maybe.
That's about all I had to say about that.